This is An Eye for an Eye by N.J. Gallegos, Horror Showdown Finalist number 3, Part 1. Well, this seat is hard and uncomfortable. And the coffee? Sludge is a better word for it. But I guess I can't be too picky, seeing as I'm the one being questioned and detained right now. Right, officer? Sure, I bet the guys behind the two-way mirror agree with me. I'm guessing they prefer Starbucks too. Okay, I'm getting to it. Just making some small talk is all. I haven't spoken to many real life humans for months. I'm not counting my husband or those god awful Zoom meetings. My office went remote when this whole COVID debacle started. Not that I necessarily mind not putting on real pants every day, mind you. But I miss human interaction so much. I want to know who Bill from accounting is fucking. I want to watch the interns flirt. Who'da thunk I'd miss Casual Friday or those shitty birthday cakes in the conference room? I imagine you see a lot of cases like this. Domestic bliss gone wrong. Especially with all this quarantine bullshit. Working from home, net learning for the kiddies. I'm all for stopping the spread of COVID, but not at the expense of my mental health. Months of this. Oh, you want to know what did it? What made me lose my shit? The fucking grapefruit spoon. Wipe that quizzical look from your face, officer. It makes you look like a confused German shepherd, and it's not becoming. I'll enlighten you. A grapefruit spoon is a pretentious utensil. Serrated edges designed for diving into the meat of the fruit. Paul insisted on adding them to our wedding registry. You know how much they cost? $6 on Amazon, but this idiot wanted one of the pricey ones. Sterling silver, fancy as fuck. One spoon runs $100. One spoon. Can you believe that? Like he's going to share a grapefruit with the Queen of England. I wanted a set of kitchen towels, but he vetoed that in favor of that fucking spoon. Every morning, Paul, without fail, has half a grapefruit for breakfast with some dry toast. He claims the juice is full of antioxidants or some shit. Who knows? He always places it in a bowl and goes to town. I used to eat with Paul only on weekends. Usually I grabbed Starbucks coffee on my way to the office, plus some fattening pastry. I prefer not to eat breakfast with Paul because, well, you know, watching Paul eat drives me fucking bonkers. First, why the fuck does he have to put the grapefruit in a bowl? He couldn't just eat it on a plate? Nope. He uses a bowl and that sterling silver grapefruit spoon that costs $100. He dives into the pink pulp. And he clangs the spoon against the bowl roughly 1,000 times during breakfast. If you didn't know better, you'd think he suffered from Parkinson's as much as he rattles the sides of that poor dish. Just imagine, you're sitting at your computer on yet another Zoom meeting, and clear across the house you hear clink, clank, clink, clank. Fucking Gandhi would have lost his mind, and I am not Gandhi. Definitely not. Oh God, the slurping. Once he's pried all that fruit out, he lifts the husk up and drinks the rest of the juice. He slurps anytime he ingests anything liquid. Hearing him eat soup makes me want to throttle the life out of him. But every single morning, listening to a solid 5 minutes of slurping, it's enough to drive you batshit. I'll have the volume cranked all the way up during my meetings, headphones on, door closed, and I can still hear that horrid slurping. The juice always gets all over his face, too. I'm lucky if he doesn't drip all over his collar and shirt. Not that grapefruit stains much, but it's just one more thing, as if I don't have enough to do. Work a full-time job, cook, clean the house. Just add getting the grapefruit juice out of his shirts. I'm just the lowly wife. Fuck me, right? Speaking of me busting my ass in the house, add doing dishes to my ever-expanding list of chores. Paul tosses the grapefruit out, rinses his bowl and plate, and places them in the dishwasher. I've drilled him enough that he has the wherewithal to do that, but the spoon? The precious spoon can't go into the dishwasher. Paul claims the dishwasher will damage the sterling silver. Thus, the grapefruit spoon requires hand washing. Who do you think does that? Paul? If you think he picks up a sponge, you need to go back to the police academy, my friend. It's me, always me. Paul seems to think that picking up dish soap and a sponge will decrease his dick size or something. In all reality, maybe if he had helped me around the house, he'd get laid. Asshole. Each day around noon, I walk into the kitchen to top off my coffee and I see that damn spoon in the sink. Dark pink flesh clinging to the spoon's sharpened sides, mocking me. I can't stand clutter. I like my kitchen spotless with everything in its place, so I'm compelled to wash the fucking thing and dry it, leaving no water spots, or Paul will bitch the next morning. The spoon even has its own place in the silverware drawer. Every time I open the drawer and reach for a fork, I catch a glint of light reflecting off its surface. Just seeing it fills me with furious rage. I'll be back with part 2.